Okay, welcome to another lesson on how to hook up a project on your breadboard and your Arduino Uno. So today what we're going to do is that we are going to hook up an RGB LED, right? The RGB stands for red, green, blue. LED stands for light emitting diode. And yeah, we are going to use the microprocessor to kind of manipulate how we want the RGB to light up. Yeah. So first of all, I want you to take note that the RGB LED has got 4 legs. Yeah, it's got 4 legs, and you'll notice that out of these 4 legs, one leg is longer than the rest. In my case, it's the second leg from the left. This one. Okay, this leg is longer than the rest. Now, this leg, the longest leg, is going to be connected to the positive power, right? So this is where the positive power comes from, and the other leg is where the circuit will be completed via a resistor. Okay, so if you have no idea what I just said, never mind. Just remember, long leg goes to power. Okay, so to make things a bit easier for me, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bend my legs a little, like so, and I want to connect the RGB LED on one side of the valley, right? This is the valley. These two sides are not electrically connected. I want to connect it to one side of the valley, like so. That okay? Not sure how clear that is for you guys, but yeah, so I've got 4 legs in, right? Now remember, my longest leg is the second leg from the left. Yeah, so I have to keep that in mind. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to connect up this resistor across the valley on the other 3 legs. Okay, so for example, this one goes here and across the valley down here. Yeah, and I'm going to do the same for the other 3 legs, the other 3 shorter legs. So like so. Across the valley like this. And remember, they need to be in the same row, right? They need to be in the same row because I need them to be electrically connected. So they need to be in the same row here. And I have a third resistor here, going like this. Doesn't really matter which hole you pin it across the valley. What's important right now is that you need to electrically connect the legs of the RGB LED along the same row as the resistor, like this. Okay, and what we're going to do is that we are going to connect up the other end of the resistor to the Arduino. So it doesn't really matter how you connect it, but in my case, if you want to follow it, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to connect it to pin 5, 6, 10. Alright, so we're going to connect it all right now. These 3 wires are going to be connecting the resistors along the same row here because we want them to be electrically connected, right? So let's start with pin 5. So same row, pin 5, sorry, this wire goes in, and I'm going to pin this to pin 5. So on the Arduino, you have all these numbers here. We want to look for pin 5, yeah? So pin 5 is somewhere there. So pin 5 goes in like this. Next, we want the next wire to go to pin 6. So let's go to pin 6. So this goes to pin 6. Like so. And the last wire will go to pin 10, right? So pin 10 and goes over here. Okay. Now we need power. So to power the LED, we are going to have, if you remember right at the start, the longest leg, which for me was the second leg. Now I want this to be electrically connected to the longest leg, so I'm going to pin it on the same row as the longest leg. In this case, it's over here, and this goes to 3.3. If you look, there is a 3.3. I want this wire to go into that hole. Like this. I will be showing you how to create your code for your RGB LED. Alright, by now you should already have fixed up your circuit. If you haven't, pause this video, go and fix it up. You have fixed it up properly. These are the codes we are going to create. Remember, we want the RGB LED to light up red, green, blue, red, green, blue, red, green, blue. Okay? So first of all, make sure that you have chosen the correct board, Arduino Uno. Next, we are going to go to robots over here. Drag out an Arduino program header, and this is what's going to tell them we are creating an Arduino program. And we want something to happen forever, right? So let's go to control and drag out the forever loop. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you something new today. So I could create the codes where it's going to be pin what, pin what, pin what, light up, what don't light up, what don't light up, what lights up. It's going to be a super long code. So today's pro tip is to teach you how to create something called blocks. Blocks are things you can create that contain certain sets of instruction that allows you to repeat very easily. And this is what I mean. Go to data and blocks and say create a block. Okay, let's create block A, right? So block A, maybe we say block A is not lit. Okay, so block A is not lit. Let's make another block. Let's call this block B, where we light up, maybe we light up the red. Okay, and let's create block C. Create block C, whereby C is light up your green. Okay, and let's create another block. Let's call this block D, where we light up your blue. Okay, and there we have it. But we need to populate these blocks. These blocks are useless unless we give them certain instructions, right? So for example, let's go to robots. Right, I want to set PWM pin over here as output something, right? If you remember, we put the pin number 5, 6, and 10 to the three shorter legs of your RGB LED, right? So it's 5. Let's leave it as 5. Another pro tip: if you want to duplicate, you right click, you have a duplicate, and let's duplicate one more because we have 3 pins. And remember to change the pin number 5, 6, and 10. Yeah? Okay, so this is where you might be a little bit confused, but don't be. To not light up the RGB, we have to put it as a 255. Okay, so we don't want to light it up, we put it as a 255. Why is this so? It's because it's a common anode RGB LED. What that means, long story, if you're interested to find out, you can look for me after class, I'll explain it to you. But suffice to say, right now, if you don't want it lit, put it as 255 all the way. Alright, so let's not light it for maybe 1 second. So we put a 1 second here. So the instructions for block A is that, hey, don't light up any of the colors for 1 second. So we can actually populate the instructions over here with just a block. We don't have to keep copying all these instructions. Alright, so let's light up red now. So duplicate the whole set over here, and now I want to light up red. I put it as 0. Let's duplicate the whole set here. If I want to light up green, I put G as 0. And if I want to light up blue, duplicate blue as 0. Okay, so I have prepared all my blocks and I'm good to go for the instructions. Right, so remember, I want red, green, blue to light up forever. But let's put 1 second wait first before we go to the block. So remember, maybe we put it as not lit before we go to red, before we go to green, before we go to blue. Okay, so these are the instructions for the Arduino program we created. We wanted something to happen forever, and it loops. First, wait, hold up 1 second, then don't light it for 1 second, light up red for 1 second, light up green for 1 second, light up blue for 1 second, repeat, and it goes on and on and on. Okay, so after this, upload the codes. If you've forgotten how, watch the previous video. Yeah, and the output should look something like this. And here we are. Red, green, blue. Red, green, blue. Stop. Red, green, blue. Okay, so we have programmed the LED to blink in sequence like this. Now, I want you to go and see whether you can make it blink faster. Can you make it blink in different shades or colors? Can you make it blink maybe fading up, fading out? So there are many ways you can program this very simple RGB LED to blink. And yeah, go and try and have fun playing with your codes and see who can come up with, let's say, the most funky lights. Alright, so go have fun, explore. Peace out.